Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to totally stretch our brains and take a massive cosmic zoom out to look at the whole universe. We'll be exploring the absolute mind-bending concept of time and how it works on a truly gigantic scale using Chapter 8 of the ancient Indian text, the Bhagavad Gita. So get ready, because we are about to look at the clock in a way you have literally never seen before.
Okay, think about your own daily routine for just a second. You wake up, maybe you head to school, you play some sports, try to get that homework done, and then you finally go back to sleep. Now, if I ask you how long that entire day is, you'd immediately say 24 hours, right? That's the normal cycle of a human day. But what if I told you that the universe itself has a daily routine too? If we compare our standard 24-hour day to the massive cosmic day of the universe, things get pretty wild. While our day is just 24 hours, a single full day and night for the universe spans a staggering 8.64 billion years. That's right, billion with a B. Just like you, the entire universe wakes up, does its thing, and then goes to sleep.
All right, moving into Section 1, Waking Up the Universe.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're zooming all the way out from our small human lives to the ultimate macro scale to see what a cosmic morning really looks like. The Bhagavad Gita says, "At the approach of the day, all manifest objects come forth from the unmanifested." Now, manifesting might sound like a fancy philosophical word, but it's really just talking about waking up and taking shape in the morning. Picture it like this. When you're completely fast asleep in your bed, your identity kinda just pauses. You aren't actively being a student or a soccer player or a video gamer. You're just resting. That is the unmanifest state. But the exact moment your alarm rings and you wake up, all those qualities return. You manifest. The Gita explains that the universe does the exact same thing. Everything exists in a resting, invisible seed state, and then boom, it wakes up and takes shape.
Which brings us to Section 2, Brahma's billion-year yay. In the ancient texts, this giant cosmic timescale is governed by a creator figure named Brahma. His daytime is 4,320,000,000 human years long. That massive number is just one half day of Brahma, which is known as a kalpa. Just imagine a day so incredibly huge that our entire Earth's history could easily fit inside it. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how human time is divided into 4 distinct ages, or yugas, which total 4.32 million years. You start with the Kreta Yuga, which is over 1.7 million years all on its own, and you move down through the ages to the shortest one, the Kali Yuga. But here's the real kicker. Once you add all 4 of these massive ages together, it takes 1,000 of these combined cycles to equal just one single cosmic daytime. Just look at how the source text maps out this exact, mind-blowing math. Thousands of years ago, long before we had modern telescopes, fancy calculators, or astrophysics, ancient philosophers were conceptualizing time on a scale that perfectly aligns with the vast numbers used by modern astronomers today. They literally had the universe mapped out.
Next up is Section 3, the cosmic hide-and-seek.
So, what actually happens during all this time? Well, this endless cycle of creation and dissolution is basically a giant universe-sized game of hide-and-seek. Let's walk through the steps of the universe's daily routine. First, daybreak occurs. Everything manifests, rapidly expanding outward, which sounds exactly like what modern science calls the Big Bang, right? Then, daytime hits, and life as we know it happens across billions of years. Finally, nightfall arrives. Everything unmanifests, dissolving and packing back up into a giant cosmic toy box to rest.
And this brilliantly illustrates a concept you've probably learned about in science class, the law of conservation of energy, which tells us that nothing is ever truly created or destroyed, it just changes form. The text uses a great analogy for this: unshaped mud versus a clay pot. When a pot is crushed, it doesn't just vanish into nothingness. No way. It just goes right back to being mud.
This resting state has a specific name. It's called avyakta, the unmanifested. Think of it exactly like a giant bin of Lego bricks. Before you build a cool spaceship, the spaceshipness is already hiding inside those loose bricks. And when you take the spaceship apart, the pieces aren't destroyed, they just return to that invisible seed state, waiting in the toy box for the next morning.
And finally, Section 4, breaking the time loop.
So what happens if we actually want to step off this giant cosmic clock entirely? In this philosophy, this endless cycle is called samsara.
Frame it in your mind kind of like one of those endless time loop video games. The universe wakes up, plays the game, goes to sleep, and hits reset, over and over and over again for literally billions of years.
But the Gita explains that there's something beyond this cycle, called Brahman, the supreme unmanifest. If the universe's day and night cycle is the video game, well, Brahman is the ultimate cheat code to exit the game entirely, because it exists totally outside of time.
Listen to this passage from chapter 8, verse 20. It says, quote, "There is yet another unmanifested eternal being who does not perish when all beings perish. This means there is a safe, permanent state of existence that is completely unaffected by the ticking of the cosmic clock. When that toy box is packed up for the night, this state remains entirely untouched." So the crucial point is this: everything physical, your body, the planets, the stars, it's all trapped in time. But your true self, your inner awareness or soul, is never actually born and never dies. The text teaches that by focusing our minds and understanding our eternal, unchangeable nature, we can actually free ourselves from playing this endless game of cosmic hide-and-seek.
We've zoomed from your normal morning routine all the way out to billions of years of cosmic time, and finally to the idea of stepping off the clock altogether. And it leaves us with an absolutely awe-inspiring thought to ponder. If you possess the ultimate cheat code and could step entirely outside of time, what would you do? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep wondering, and I'll see you next time.